No-code tools, they are all the rage these days with Webflow, Framer, Wix Studio, and a bunch of others that have popped up. And I wanted to show you kind of what's possible in the current climate of no-to-low-code tools in terms of producing excellent landing pages. So I'm going to show you 9 different examples, starting with easy and simple, all the way to really complex examples using no-to-low-code tools and also extending their functionality with other technologies, which I will discuss in these examples. So let's get started. Now, before we begin, I wanted to mention that today marks the very first day of our 7-day early access period for my upcoming course, From Figma to Framer. So this course is going to allow you to take beautiful designs and layouts that are created and designed in Figma and make them a working, responsive, and animated and interactive reality in the browser. This course is loaded with tons of examples where we start very simple at the component level and eventually work our way all the way up into full interactive layouts. There's currently 3.5 hours of content, but this will quickly shoot up to around 7 or 8 when the course is fully finished, perhaps sometime around June to mid-June of 2024. Now, if you use this code, Figma to Framer, you can get 40% off, which is a huge discount, and it's available exclusively to the early access students. So I hope you join this course as an early access student so that you can get that 40% off. There's also an exclusive Discord server, and I hope to see you there, and I hope you join up now. All right, so the first example, and by the way, all of these are in order in the YouTube description so that you can check these out as well on your own. So here's the first example called cortex.io. And we can see it's just a really nice hero section, and we have some movement in the background. You might think this is 3D. It is 3D, but it's in a video format. So they're not utilizing actual 3D for this, which is a completely legit use case. It's really nice. It's low contrast. If I scroll down here, we can see, they don't have anything fancy like smooth scroll, which you don't always have to have. I like the fixed navigation up here. Very nice navigation that has a drop-down layout as well. Just excellent design. I wanted to incorporate this even though there's not much in terms of interaction. It's just a really beautiful, solid UI. And something like this you can knock out like that in terms of using a no-to-low-code tool. By the way, if you use the Wappalizer plugin right here, W-A-P-P-A-L-Y-Z-E-R, it's free. And it'll show you the stack, the tech stack that all of these are using. So this is using Webflow, the page builder, all right? So let's go on to the next one. This one's called superlist-dev.webflow.io. If I refresh this, another example of really solid headlines or hero section rather. And this one has a little bit more interaction, just a bit more. And so if I scroll down, we can see this area becomes fixed. And again, to achieve this stuff, through code would be quite a bit of work, but it's a lot faster when you're using a no-to-low-code tool. So notice the scroll-based interactions here and animations, very subtle, but still really solid. I personally don't like this section with the big open white space over here, but maybe that's just me. Either way, though, this is look at this sign up button. Now, when I saw this initially, I'm like, imagine a meme where it says, how big do you want this sign up button? And just yes, right? Okay. So very solid there. Here's one from Joseph Barry. We're going to refresh these. Take a look at this, that nice little tilt effect. Just freaking awesome. Now, you might be thinking, wow, there's a lot of crazy tech happening here, but this is just a video background, all right? So don't get too distracted by that, thinking that there's a lot of crazy things happening here in terms of implementation. Now, if I scroll down, again, we get another video, so that's why it seems really busy. But really, this is all stuff that you can achieve solely within your no-to-low-code tool without touching any code, like trying to extend it with Framer Motion or like Greensock animation platform. So very cool. Looking at this tech stack, we have Webflow. Now, to achieve the smooth scroll, like when you scroll down and you see the, I guess you could say the locomotive effect where it kind of just slowly stops, is achieved by Linus, which is a way to extend Webflow to incorporate smooth scroll. Let's go to the next one, and I'm going to refresh this. This has a cool kind of like just intro animation for this graphic, this typographic little section. And this one's really cool. This one is made by, if I zoom up here, this is an actual framer. And Framer by default will compile everything to a React app. Okay, so when you use Framer, you get React out of the box. And we can see we have kind of like this line animation here. This is the only thing that's really interactive, but it's a really cool way to just kind of guide the user's attention. And this is something that you can certainly achieve as well. And this is potentially, I'm not sure how they achieve this. This might be through SVG or something like that. Now, this part right here is really cool and very creative. And if you were to try to do this, where you have all these words coming out and popping up, yeah, you could do it through code by hand, but it would take you a lot longer as compared to when you're working with these tools like this. So very, very cool example here. Again, we're working our way up. This is our fifth example. And this is a Framer site as well. So if I refresh this, we'll look at the Wappleizer, very cool kind of loading section. We'll see that this is a Framer site as well. Again, nothing else crazy happening here, but there's a little bit more animation. There's a very cool texture effect. It kind of looks like the marching ants on old school TVs. And this comes out of the gate with Framer, so it's built in as an effect, so you don't have to code for it. And so this whole site kind of has that background. And just very cool little subtle animations here. Again, they did this all with no to very low code and just used a visual builder to create this. So I'm scrolling down. We have a fixed section there with some animation. I love the I love the color between orange and black, especially with the texture. It looks really cool. Very cool, subtle like animations done here. Again, you could do all this in hand code. It's going to be a lot more work and require a lot more coding, obviously, coding knowledge. But I love this one as well. Very solid here. Next up, let's refresh. This is Makerwork, and I'll choose English. And then this one, we have a little bit more happening. So this is a page builder for Webflow. So they used Webflow, but they also used GreenSock Animation Platform, or GSAP as the acronym. Now, if you're not sure what that is, it's basically a JavaScript animation library, and it's something that I've taught in my advanced front-ends course, which I released a couple months ago. So if you really want to take Webflow or Framer, and you want to extend the possibilities by learning a little bit of JavaScript, thus GreenSock Animation Platform as well, then take the advanced front-ends course because you'll be able to integrate it. So definitely check that out. So let's scroll down here. This one's really cool. Now, the first thing, we have a text mask reveal, and then this little SVG line animation. Very cool, unique layout. I love unique layouts so that because everything that looks cookie cutter is just boring, right? So let's scroll down here. It's a smooth scroll. Very cool SVG illustration animations. Pretty subtle. It's a simple layout, but it's big and bold. It really consumes the screen that I have maximized here quite well. And it's just absolutely solid. Now, take a look here. If I refresh so we can see these, see how they're all slowly coming in per letter, each character? That is achievable with GreenSock Animation Platform. It allows you to take a piece of text or a piece like maybe a sentence or something, and it will automatically allow you to animate each of the characters up and into the viewport individually. So doing that through the no-code approach, you might be able to do that manually with each letter, but that would be a pain. So that's one of the use cases here for extending it with the GreenSock Animation Platform. All right, next up, and this is going to be, let's see, 7. Now this one's cool. This is weave.bio. And if I take a look at what it was used, Webflow and GSAP as well. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, there's a very cool horizontal scroll animation. So if I scroll, the page doesn't scroll down. It does technically, but it's keeping everything fixed, but it's moving this very cool SVG illustration, which even has its own movement embedded in it as well. Look at that. Now that is unique. That is next level stuff there. I love this section. A nice contrast here in sections here. SVG animations that are looping. Subtle animations over here that are predicated on scroll. Again, nothing crazy is happening here that I see that would require a GreenSock Animation Platform just yet, except for potentially up here in this area. And everything, yeah, everything is real solid. Very nice designed, nice layout. And nice movement down here. Let's check out number 8. So this will get even a bit more complex. So let's check out the tech stack here. So we have Webflow. We have Lenus for the smooth scroll. We also have GreenSock animation platform, Vimeo, so obviously there's some video. Also Barba.js, which can be utilized for page transition animation. So you click on a link and it takes you to an entirely different page. There might be some type of transition, animated transition between those pages, and Barba allows you to do that. That's one of the main things that Barba is for. So very cool, smooth animation that kind of comes up. And what's cool is this is a video background that is, the video progress is tied not to time, but it's tied rather to your scroll position, which is very cool. It's one of the things that you utilize GreenSock Animation Platform for, or GSAP. And just watch how she starts to look up as you're scrolling down. Very, very cool next level stuff there. Just cards coming in a sequence-based animations. Creating sequence-based animations, you can do that manually within these low to no-code tools, but GreenSock Animation Platform would allow you to just basically specify a whole selector that contains all of these elements, all these cards, and just, it'll say, animate each child based on a stagger animation, based on scroll. So very, very cool as well. Got a nice video here. Scrolling down, look at this section. Oh, it's just so nice. The easing they've applied on this, perfect. More stagger animations, video. A video with elements on top of it and overlays where you can click play. Excellent, excellent site. Love it. Now let's check out the very last one. Let's refresh. Now this one actually has sound, but you're not going to be able to hear it because I'm not capturing sound at the moment. Now this does typically have like a loader animation, but this one is pretty crazy. So you see this 3D effect. This is not video. This is actual WebGL. If we take a look at the tech stack, you'll see we're using GreenSock Animation Platform with Webflow. We also have P5.js. I believe that's like a physics library. I forget exactly. There's also Lenus for smooth scroll, and Lottie files for some, there might be illustrative kind of like animations, and 3JS is a big one. So 3JS is something I also teach in the advanced front ends course to a limited degree, but it's a big topic and allows you to do stuff like the 3D in browser. Now, as a side note, if you're using a low to no code tool like Framer or Webflow and you want 3D, you can still get 3D without having to use 3JS. You can just use spline.design. That's the actual website address. So Spline 3D is, it allows you to create 3D elements and cool stuff in the browser, and you can then import it into Webflow and Framer. So definitely look into that. Let's scroll down here. We have some really cool stuff happening in the background with this mouse cursor effect. And then all this stuff is just, again, GreenSock Animation Platform would be used to do this text reveal, which is tied to the scroll position. Again, we have more 3JS elements right here. And again, this right here would be 100% achievable within Spline Design, Spline 3D. And this right here. Okay, so this really cool, let me zoom up, hover-based animation is, in this transition between two images, is only made possible within 3JS. All right, so 3JS, it's a big topic, and this is called shaders. So getting into the world of shader design is not easy. It's a more difficult thing. So if you're a low-coder person, find somebody who you can work with who already knows this, because it's quite a time commitment to try to learn all this stuff. Scrolling down more. Very nice. Look at this. Look at just how vibrant this is and how unique the type is. Awesome. Very excellent. Get to have more animation, more movement. Very unique. All right. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Now, if you did, make sure to subscribe here. Check out DesignCourse.com. And of course, the new course, which is From Figma to Framer. The early access period has started today. It lasts for 1 week, and you can join and take that course now for a discounted price as an early access student. All right, everybody. See you soon. Goodbye.